Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about young, famous, and African. Okay? All right, so listen. It starts off with Swanky. Swanky is a handful. I like Swanky. Me and Swanky could do the naked tango. Girl, me and half of the men on the cast, really. But anyways, but Swanky is dramatic. Swanky is over the top. Swanky is a handful. Sometimes I don't understand. Like I'm like Swanky, you can't be like either you're just being messy because there's no way that you're that detached from reality. So, before we get into Bonang, okay, so Swanky says that Lewis doesn't seem remorseful. I'm gonna say this about Lewis. Girl, that's my other man. Girl, Lewis. I was looking at Lewis again. That Lewis is something. Lewis is probably one of the finest men I don't seen on TV in a long time. His name Lewis or Louis, whatever his name is, the fine one. Lewis is probably one of the finest men I have seen on TV in a long time. That Louis is fine to me. Louis does not, so far, I know it's only been a few episodes, but he doesn't come across as someone who's just a horrible man. Like, I feel like the things that he's been saying, besides the whole surrogacy stuff, we'll talk about that in a little bit. I just feel like even like with Bonang, like really, I don't want to say that, I don't want to use the word attack like Zari. I think Zari said attack. Somebody used the word attack, but I'm not gonna say Zari attacked him, but it did seem like a lot, and maybe I think I said this in my last review. Maybe Bonang was triggered. I don't know, but even with Lewis, I'm gonna call him Lewis. Even with Lewis saying that he, I guess just wanted to make sure Fontana, her career, she wasn't known as a side chick and was known for her music. I still didn't feel like that was enough for like if you go back and watch Bonang's reaction, the way she acted a fool. Like a fool. Now I don't think that Lewis really knows Fontana to be, I'm worried about your career. Girl, you don't even know this girl. Like, so that shouldn't even be really your concern. I mean, I get it. You don't have to know someone to be concerned, but it's like, okay, girl, that's a grown woman. It is what it is. I I didn't know why Swanky, like, was Bonang upset because Lewis said that he forgot a hotel room, or was Bonang upset because she felt like Lewis was trying to keep tabs of another woman's pocketbook? You know what I'm saying? I felt like Lewis was remorseful. I felt like his story has been consistent. The story that he told was basically Bonang was invited out for Fashion Week. He forgot to get her a hotel room. Bonang didn't even remember. Bonang said he was lying from the get-go. Y'all remember when Swanky first told Bonang, she said that, girl, who was this person lying on me? So we went from Lewis saying that she was a guest to him basically forgetting to get her a room, to Bonang saying she don't know what he talking about. I don't know this person. I don't know what you're talking about. To now, Swanky is saying that Lewis wasn't remorseful, I guess, in his apology to Bonang. So does Bonang remember Lewis now? He apologized. I mean, I don't know what else they want Lewis to do. I feel like Lewis reminds me of because when I look at his face, you can tell But if you look at his face, you can tell he gets really, really uncomfortable. I don't think he likes confrontation. Um, it at one point it did look like he was about to cry. Like I think he might be a real, real like sensitive person. You know what I'm saying? Um. Anyways, Annie and what's his face, Swanky meet up. Girl, I don't know, girl. I was confused. I don't know if Annie said it. Annie swore up and down. That's what I'm saying. Like Annie swore up and down the conversation never even happened. Annie was saying that girl. What's her name? What's his name? Swanky. And Jeremiah, what she called him. Because she walked in and said, hi, Jeremiah. I said, Jeremiah? I was like, who's Jeremiah? Who's Jeremiah? Yeah, that's his government name. But she was saying that basically the conversation on the phone never happened and that Swanky was lying. That, like, that's, I don't know who, this is what I'm saying. That, for Swanky to say that I heard you talking about me on the phone, and then for Annie to be like, you lying, that I never was on the phone. Like that's a big difference between I heard you on the phone talking to me and you said this, and then a person saying, girl, that's not what I said. But Annie is saying that the phone call never ever happened. And I was like, girl, where? So clearly somebody is lying, but at the end of the conversation, she apologized. Okay, let me see something. Bitch was swing. You know what I go up for this show is the editing. It's the drama of it all. Like Swanky walking down in all black, looking like a vampire, honey. His hands, girl, on the banister, nails polished red. Girl, he sits down, he's drinking his drink. Girl, Annie comes in, girl, with her all red on. She sits down, she pushes up her sleeves. Just drama. Baby, when Miss Annie baby, listen. When Annie was talking to Jeremiah, and Annie was leaning to the side like this, you know Annie be ticking, girl. Annie be ticking. I think that's a nervous tick. Girl, I got a nervous laughter. She got a nervous tick. I guess we all got something we got to work on. But when I say Annie was leaning to the side and Annie was ticking, she was like, Swinky, I love you. Swinky, I love you. You liar. Girl, Annie was almost off the couch. I was like, Annie, baby, come back, Annie. Girl, Annie was leaning to the side. Girl, she was leaning and she was rocking. And girl, she was ticking. It was almost, but her and Swanky pretty much, I guess they called the truce and said it is what it is. I still don't know really what happened. I don't know. Swanky said he wasn't going to play the audio because he didn't want Uncle Swanky to embarrass, his nieces and nephews. His nieces and nephews' mother. So he really didn't play the audio of what Annie was saying. Again, at this point, I just feel like it's like just a storyline. I don't know. It couldn't have been too bad. Not if, girl, you hugging her the next day. Nadia, didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all that Nadia was making sure that she got everything together because she was going to go back and report to Connie. Nadia said, babe, when I go and tell this tea to Miss Connie, I need to make sure that, girl, what you saying is what you saying. Okay? So Miss Nadia was like, I just want to make sure because when I go be messy, I don't want to get nothing mixed up. So what did you say again? So anyways, did y'all hear Naked? It was Naked, Connie, Nadia, and Lewis. And you heard Naked say that basically Nadia was asking questions and that basically it made two Baba. He kept digging himself in a hole. And he was like, Nadia, hold on. Like, you see how they trying to put it on Nadia? Naked just low-key did it in this episode, and then Andale, he did it in the last episode. Y'all trying to put this on Nadia when Nadia is not at fault. 2Baba is at fault. What 2Baba said, what Nadia repeated, that's what he said. He basically said, I make love to my wife, but I might go out here and fuck these other hoes. I mean, that's what he said. And it ain't no emotion to it. And I'm not gonna deny my man nature. Once I get an erection, it's on and popping. Now he didn't say it that way, but he said it. Once my man nature, he calls it my man nature. I'm still saying man nature. Come on, man nature. Once my man nature, it speaks for itself. That's how men are wired. We're wired through our man nature. I can't do anything about that. Ain't that a mess? Start telling these niggas you wired through your Boonchie cat. Okay? Start telling them you wired through your. Start telling them you're wired through a checking account with a couple of zeros and commas and see how fast they shut the fuck up then. Since we all wired through something, let's go down a list of what we wired through. You wired through your dick, and I'm wired through Bank of America. Hello? I'm wired through Wells Fargo. Hello? I'm wired through Chase. Hello? I'm wired through Navy Federal. Hello? I'm wired through an Amex card. Hello? I'm wired through a black card. Hello? We could all be wired through some shit. So 2Baba want to talk about that he's wired through his man nature. Well, I'm wired through a checking account. I'm wired through credit cards. I'm wired through a multi-million-dollar home. That's what I'm wired through. Motherfucker. Anyway, Zari and Fontana, they kind of have a little back and forth. Can I say something? This is no tea, no shade, but I don't know why, and this is not no shade to Fontana. I don't know why Lewis wants to go on a date with Fontana. Fontana, I don't call that girl 3 different names. Fontana and Fontana. Fontana has already let the girls know I'm a city girl. Didn't she say that right in front of his face? You would think that's how you know that Lewis is a little, it don't go all the way to the top. Lewis is talking about bringing a child into this world. That's what he's talking about. Lewis is talking about bringing a child into this world. You would think someone who's, I would think that Lewis, who wants to have a child and doesn't care that he's a single father, would also take in consideration who potentially could be around his child. I know that sounds too much like right. So why would you want someone who, girl, no tea, no shade to Fontana. She refers to herself as a city girl. She didn't already let you know what she's pretty much about. She just said in this episode, Diamond ain't even my top 5. Like, I don't even get anything from Fontana that she's interested in Lewis. But for some reason, Lewis has it in his head that he wants to go on a date with Fontana. Why? She don't seem like she's interested in you. She seems like she's young, having fun, which is absolutely great, and there's nothing wrong with that. So if you're listening to what she's saying, and then you're talking about I want to have a baby, I don't think somebody who still refers to themselves as a city girl is ready to really just settle down and be, somebody's stepmama. Or at least in your case, a brand new baby. She might be, Diamond and Zori, whatever, girl. Y'all get what I'm trying to say? Not necessarily a city girl that is not ready to be a stepmama, but I just don't see her wanting to deal with the situation that Lewis has going on with, like, possibly bringing, like, having a baby, a single father, like, huh? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Bonang. Bonang basically let Swanky know that she's no longer hanging out with the group. This is where I was like, Bonang, probably because you showed your ass. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think Bonang probably looked back and thought about it and realized, girl, you're going to look kind of stupid. Because I'm not mad at any woman for standing up for other women and telling, girls, stop counting the miles on her coochie. If she want to have sex with Diamond, have sex with Diamond. But I felt like her reaction was a little bit over the top. It was. And then, when you have someone like Lewis who, I don't remember him yelling like Swanky said he was yelling, who comes across as someone who may be sensitive, then you got this crazy person on the other side of the table just hollering, hollering, hollering. It makes you look even crazier, you know? So Bonang is telling them that she doesn't want to be a part of the group anymore, which is fine. And then Swanky felt some type of way about, I guess, well, first it was how y'all treated her when she came into the group. Swanky, why are you acting like you don't know that Nadia and this girl used to be best friends? And it's a possibility. I don't know. That girl Nadia low-key on some hoe shit. And is smashing, or was, the guy passed away. Well, he was, unalived. And could have possibly been smashing her ex-best friend's ex-boyfriend. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, for him to act like Bonang was supposed to be met with open arms in this group, I just think that's why I was like, girl, is he detached from reality? Because that doesn't even if Nadia was on some trifling hoe shit, like, I don't know why you would expect for her to be introduced to this group and then everybody just welcome her with open arms. No, that's not how that's not how this is gonna work. Swanky started hollering at Lewis. Lewis completely shuts down. So now Swanky looking like the crazy person. Like, why are you doing all this hollering? Why are you doing all of this hollering, girl? And then Nadia starts hollering because she's like, you hollering, and you won't even let the man speak. He wouldn't let Lewis speak. I put Swanky as the Lulu. You brought this woman in and no one cares. Y'all wanted Bonang to come in, and I think they were expecting, maybe Bonang is this big superstar, right? And I guess they may have been expecting people to kind of like bow down to her. And basically everybody kind of paid her dust. Pretty much. And then you say you don't remember Lewis, but then Swanky is saying that then you're upset, and then Swanky is saying that Lewis wasn't remorseful in his apology to you, but girl, you didn't even remember the man from the get-go. All you going out of town. Anyways, child. That was pretty much it. All right. I was about to start watching the next episode, but the next episode was 40 minutes. And I was like, girl, I need to watch Bell Collective. So I'll be back with that episode probably like Monday. All right. Probably tomorrow. Bye, y'all.